everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, the Frankster, and as always, I'm here with my good buddy,
The Arrow, DJ Hart.
and we got lots of things, Transformers Earthwars, to talk about today, and our topic is interesting. We're going to talk about, are two-star bots still relevant at all in the game anymore? So that'll be a fun little thing to discuss. But before we do that, we're going to go through our normal routine. So, DJ, how was the past weekend for you on the game with that horrible raid event?
Oh, you mean the one that we finished in like the first less than a day?
I think everybody finished it.
And I didn't even, so it was really quick. So it's not like we had to suffer for very long. It's just we got into it and like I scored a bunch of points in the first, couple of hours. And then I had to go to work, and I never had a chance to log back in while I was at work. I got home. It was like late that night, maybe early next morning. I logged back in, and it was done. There was nothing left to do, and I was like,
"Well, the weird thing was it was half a mil raid points to finish,
right?
But it would let you go all the way to 1,000,000,
which is you had to. I don't know.
Yeah, you could keep doing the raids, your alliance, until you hit 1,000,000, and then you were out of Cybertronian bases to raid.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it was kind of cool because you could level your bots even after the event.
Yeah.
But it was just weird that all the prizes were at half a mil, and then a lot of people in the alliance just kept going, and I'm like, well, there's no prizes to win. I guess the XP, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was at 50,000 raid points when we completed it, which I was happy about because that got the Cyber Pass challenge straight out the way in one go.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. As far as raid events go, I hate raid events. That's no secret, no surprise. I liked that this one was short.
Very short.
It was merciful, at least.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. And it was pretty good. And I didn't get anything on the Crystal Kraken, if I remember right, because last week was Sea Spray, and this week was pretty much nothing.
Yeah, I haven't even cracked any of my crystals yet. They're still sitting in the Space Bridge. So
yeah, so you gotta get on that Crystal Kraken there.
Yeah, I've been really busy.
Yeah, we all want to know what you get. We're like, what did you get?
I probably won't get anything. It's like I probably just dupe City, some sparking shards, and that'd be it.
Probably, but you never know. Every once in a while, there's still a few 4 stars you don't have. So
I'm more excited about finishing the Cyber Pass. So
there you go.
Which pretty close. I'm like that far. So
yeah, I'm there too. It's not too much further. I still haven't even gotten the premium pass yet, though. Once I do, I'll just have all the prizes done. So
yeah, we'll do that this evening before the event. That way, we have all the fuel cells and stuff we need to power through it. Because it's a 1,000,000 point event coming up.
It is, although I kind of enjoy the events better with 50 fuel cells. It's quicker to burn through them and take a break for a while.
Yeah, but you get to take a longer break with the 75 fuel cells, and you can score more points at one time. So
you can, but I don't take a longer break because I use the same 5 or 6 teams, so I let them recharge and then do that. It's just less time burning through fuel cells without those extra 5 battles.
Well, I've got 5-star Omega maxed out at 25. So what I do is I start the event in the morning. I do like 2 or 3 battles at Zone 14 with my top teams. And then all the rest of the battles I do at Zone 13 with just Omega soloing it until he expires. And then I might have 3 or 4 battles left to do before I run out of my fuel cells. So I'll just go in with my whatever squads I've got that are at like that can do Zone 13 easily, and then I'll just knock it out with them, and then I've got like 5 hours to take a break. So
yeah, what I do now, I activate Magnaboss, but my top 5 or 6 teams can do Zone 14 on their own without a combiner now. So what I do, I activate him, burn through all 10 battles, and then once those, like I have a timer on my phone, and like once those teams, like there's enough fuel cells for all the teams that can do 14.
Yep.
I'll just go in, hit 14 with all of them, and then let it recharge back up. Because just recently I've gotten the top teams to where I'm comfortable doing Zone 14 every time with them, and they don't lose. So
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not,
all
because
right.
I
Well,
get mine to zone to level 50 and they stay there unless it's a bot that I'm like really keen on, and then I'll level them beyond 50. But for the most part, I keep them there because I don't care. It's like I'm not trying to like that's just a wheel out of I just no.
You score more points if you level them up, but it would be a slog because you do what 6 days, so you could do 3 a week and just keep doing it until they're all there, which is what I had to do to get them. I had such a backlog by the time we got the third slot. That
Yeah,
third slot was a game changer for me. It allowed me to get caught up, so none of my 4 stars are needing research now, which I love.
yeah.
So, all right, well, I think that's a good enough recap for last week. Raid events, so boo. Hopefully, we don't get another one of them ever. Hint, hint, wink, wink for anybody listening with any say so. They're just not that fun. I mean, they're okay, but
Yeah, I
I
prefer
don't.
not.
I
I'll
don't
be
like
honest.
them.
I like them in the midweek, but I prefer not to do them as a weekend event.
Yeah, exactly. Midweek raid isn't that bad. It's just the event. I don't like having to burn fuel cells to earn raid fuel cells to then raid. I don't like that format at all.
No.
So
However, the raid fuel cells is what we should be using in leaderboard events so that we don't have to, so that you can't just keep buying fuel cells. You can't pay to win. It improves your quality of life, and you are limited to, just completing 10, maybe 11 battles if you get 5 more fuel cells before the end of your run. And then you have to take a break. So that makes everything fair. Yeah, people will just buy Cybercorns and recharge their best squads, but it still will make things much more even. And I prefer that to the Alliance Totalizer that's like 3 million points or whatever we had that last time. That event sucked monkey butts.
yes, it was. I don't like the price structure in it either. Like,
No,
which we'll get into that more because some of that leads into my argument of 2 stars maybe should be phased out or on the way to being phased out because of how the price structure was in that event.
yeah, that was
So,
weird.
yeah, so we'll get into that a little later, but I think it's about time for me to throw it to you to do what it is that you do.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I will do what it is I do. And what I do is the news. All right, everybody, here we are in the news, and our upcoming weekend event is called X Marks the Vault. This will be an Alliance Totalizer, 1 million points to complete it, Super XP as has been the norm. So, our prizes to be had will be 750 5-star combat shards, up to 2,500 4-star shards, 7,500 3-star shards, and 50,000 premium shards, which means 50 dupes. A G-Metal G1 Power Core is the prize of prizes, and then you have 3 bot G-Metal Power Cores and up to 7 bot Gold Power Cores, up to 20 million, or not 20 million, 200,000 Combat Spark and Spark, which that is what I'm excited about.
I wish it was 2 million. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. People be done. Alrighty. Here's your prize breakdown, what you get and when. Alright, game updates and information. Transformers 2023. The team have asked me to gather your thoughts on who you would like to come to the game in 2023. We're heading back to G1, so find a character. So you click on this link here, and we will put this link in the description below if you do not receive the email so that you can cast your vote as to who you want the next bots to be in the game. Remember, G1, so think back to 1984. All right, as always, by filling out the survey, you'll be eligible to win 500 5-star shards, and 3 winners will receive those shards. All right, more images of HQ18. So we showed you this on the last episode of the Botcast, so you can see what the HQs will look like at HQ18 depending on which Titan you have equipped. So, of course, we have these top 2 here are from Metroplex and Trypticon. These bottom 2 will be if you have Fortress Maximus or Scorponok equipped.
I love how they left it. Who are these? Like, you already told us who's coming.
Yeah, blatantly so. Yeah, so, alrighty. And then they listed off all the content creators with the exception of the Frankster. And the reason that they keep leaving the Frankster out is because he does not have any Discord presence. They would remember to put you in here if you would, like, be on Discord and interact with them.
Yeah. Well, and also they kind of link us together because we do this together. So
Even though I've made it clear several times that we are two separate entities, it's just we do this show together, and this is kind of the main thing. So
yeah.
they have this show under my name, and then people click on my name, and the show's not, well. I've got the playlist at the top, like in my channel, so people can click
Yeah.
on it there. But still, um, alrighty. But there are all your content creators. If you want to check them out, if you haven't already checked them out before, got myself, the Aero DJ Hart, Engineer Hoist, Grind Time Soldier, and Sunstreaker Waza. Check those guys out. They're all awesome sauce.
They do great videos. They're all amazing. If you're watching this, you've probably seen their stuff, but if you haven't, check them all out. They're all great.
Yes. Matter of fact, they all do live streams. Me and Frankie are the only ones who don't because we're not ready.
We do pre-recorded due to technical limitations.
Yes. Yes. Alrighty. So, we have a couple of content creator videos. How to prepare for HQ18 by Sunstreaker Waza and Grind Time. Actually, no. Yes. What did Grind Time do? Oh, here it is. Leo Kaiser and Computron, Season 2, Episode 6. Going over the combiners.
His combiner series is really good. I like watching him like break down what the combiners can and can't do.
Yep. So, so definitely check that out over at Grind Time's channel. And then, of course, the last episode of the Botcast is present, and we talked triple changers in the last episode and what we think of them. Alrighty, Community Corner. Artists, illustrations, Hypershot. That's pretty cool looking.
That is. I like that.
Kind of reminds me of Scorponok in a way, but a little bit more like robot, a little less. I'm not even sure who that's meant to be.
Scorponok with a lot of Shockwave.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who that's meant to. I mean, is that an actual character in Transformers lore, or is that just an original character?
I don't know of a Hypershot. It could be an original character. I'm not 100% sure either way. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that Soundwave looking awesome.
That is so awesome.
Yep. And then somebody has several of the Seekers. Of course, we have Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp front and center. And then in the back here, we have Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm, who are the Rainmakers. Three other well-known Seekers. Now, Acid Storm is, of course, the green one. I forget Ion Storm and Nova Storm. I forget which and which. Like, who's the blue, purplish, and who's the yellow. But that's who they are. And then somebody got Cup recently in the Studio Series line.
That's awesome.
So good on them. All right, Saga schedule. We are in week 3 of 5. We are going to get 5-star combat shards this go around. 1 million point event. Next event will be an individual totalizer, and the one after that will be an alliance totalizer with 5-star shards and the new bots. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Bug fixes and stuff right here. You can read through this if you want to. Go ahead and pause this video now. But
the Metroplex one's the big one. The Metroplex Triptychon.
Yeah.
They actually found out that the Titan buffs from the tech tree weren't being applied in Titan Assault.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't helping you at all.
Yeah, which is messed up. So.
Yeah. So they're getting that fixed. So that's really good.
Yep. Alrighty. All right, and for those of you who didn't realize, they actually sent out 2 emails, the primary email blast, and then they sent out another one showcasing our new combat bots, Sawtooth and Zori. So this is basically just a good look at what they look like we've seen before, and now we get a look at what their abilities are right here. So you can read that description. You do get it. This has been showcased as the 4 and the 5-star. And then if you did not see the live stream today on YouTube, you can go and check that out. They demonstrate his ability. It's pretty cool. It's one that I'm looking forward to having. So there is that. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, the content creators were given a sneak peek at what the new buildings will look like in HQ18. Last time around, we did show you the HQs. Now we're getting to see the other buildings. So these, of course, are your harvesters. These look like the Energon harvesters. So you can see this is what it looks like with Scorponok, Metroplex, Fortress Maximus, and Triptychon there. And then the Alloy Harvesters, same thing. You can see each color scheme. Looking pretty cool. There's the actual storage unit for said Energon for each bot. And then there's more Harvesters right there. So just moving right along. There's Dale talking to us. And then the new bots. We have Bulkhead here in his vehicle mode, and Transformers Prime breakdown right here, because we already have a breakdown of the game. This is breakdown as he was in Transformers Prime. And then here they both are in their robot modes. Bulkhead looks a little different from what he did in Transformers Prime, but it's still going to be awesome to have him in the game. He will be a warrior bot. Can't wait to see what his ability is going to be. And then there's Breakdown looking almost exactly as he did in Transformers Prime. Looks pretty awesome. So, and to answer that question, Sunstreaker Waza, yes, we can use that this week. All right.
All right, so a little bit of news. I love the sneak peek at Bulkhead, and I know they showed him on the live stream as well. Him and Breakdown Prime, I believe, is how they're referring him.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I'm excited to see what his ability is. I mean, it's weird. Are we 100% sure he's going to be a warrior? Because it's weird to get warriors back to back.
Yeah, we are 100% certain. When they showed him off in the live stream today, he did have the warrior emblem symbol next to his name.
Yeah.
And
see, I caught bits and pieces. I didn't catch the whole thing. I was busy doing other things and trying to watch it in the background. Okay, so warrior again. That's, I just got to the part on the tech tree where warriors get complete EMP and stun immunity.
Yeah, I got there recently myself.
Warriors are going to be huge soon.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Like, I think that's going to put Twin Twist over the top.
Oh yeah.
Because he's not even going to need Rat Trap on him to get that immunity. You can put something else on him, another combat, and just go ham. So that's exciting. All right, so new warrior to the game, new combat bots this week. So we just got all kinds of new stuff, and the looks for the new HQs are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like the different looks. Your base gets a little bit more customizable with that. So not too shabby. You get one of two choices depending on which faction you are.
Yep. And we have a full year ahead of us because they're taking votes for the new bots that they want in 2023. And we have no idea what some of the features of HQ18 are going to be beyond the fact that we're getting these two new Titans, So they could be, there's no telling what they're going to do. Somebody said in the live stream today they were asking if we could get like fan-made characters in the game, and they were worried that might be like a Hasbro no-no. They weren't sure because there's been a lot of fan-made characters out there in the past. I commented, of course it wasn't replied to because I've been screaming for the past 5 years to have proto-forms in the game that allow us to custom create our own in-game characters, just like you could in multiplayer of Transformers Fall of Cybertron, because that was an awesome feature. You select the head, the arms, the legs, the chassis.
Like from whatever's already in the game, basically. Just pick and choose and mix and match and do different colors and stuff.
And then in this game, it would be like select what ability you want them to have based on what their class is,
Yeah.
So that would give you some customizability game. You don't have to let us make a whole team of customized bots. Just one. That's all we need. But then maybe also allow us to create our own custom combiners where you can select whatever 4, 5, 6 bots you want and make a combiner out of them, just using a mold or a build that's already in the game for one of the other combiners, and then select what abilities you want it to have, just for the sake of having something that's unique to you. So
it would be interesting if they could do that. Hopefully maybe they can come up with something. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I want,
Yeah. My thing is they're going back to G1, but they're going to be like doing some obscure G1 at this point because they've hit like almost every major bot I can think of from G1.
Yeah.
I know some of the Rainmakers are left, but I mean, you're kind of scraping the barrel for G1 right now. So
I'm sure
I want to see more Unicron trilogy bots. I want to see Rodimus from I believe it was Energon.
Oh yeah, really?
I want to see that version of Hot Rod in the game.
Well, there's other bots from that, like that I wouldn't mind seeing. Like Hot Shot was a big deal throughout the course of
the trilogy.
Hot
Shot would be good. I was saying there's a ton of characters in the Unicron trilogy that I think would be great in Earthwars.
Yeah, Unicron trilogy Starscream is one that I would really want. I could care less about him from Energon and Cybertron, but
Armada
Starscream would love to have him.
As I was saying, with that, you've got 3 different shows to pick like versions of characters because a lot of them were in all 3.
Yeah.
And sometimes their designs were pretty different, so you got range there.
Yep.
But I mean, G1's cool. I'm just worried we're gonna run that well completely dry.
Well, I
You
feel
know?
like the most obvious one they need to pull from G1 that they should have done already, and I can't believe they haven't, is Beachcomber. Because we've already done the Golden Lagoon thing. We've got Golden Lagoon cores in the game, but somehow the star of that episode from the original show, Beachcomber, is absent from the game. He's not even mentioned. And I'm
Yep.
like, that was his showcase episode.
Yep.
What in the
It
world?
was.
So why
He
is he
should
not in
have
the
came
game?
into the game with the Golden Lagoon core.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, as soon as I saw Golden Lagoon cores, my first thought was, we're getting Beachcomber. And then he's not even thought of. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So he's an obvious choice,
Yep.
you know?
Yep. We should get paddles.
Yes! We want pedals!
Oh. All right. Well, we're gonna leave it at that.
He'll just float above the ground, kind of like Lapras did in the original Pokemon. Whenever you throw out Lapras, she just kind of floats above the ground there, you know, kind of like, you know, that's what Paddles will do when he's in the game.
Make Paddles the most OP power leveler in the game.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, I think it's time we take a look at the comments and see what everybody's been saying. So, DJ, I'll throw it back to you.
Alrighty, and in we go to the mailbag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the mailbag, and our first comment comes from Ushno King, Spark Extractor. Sorry for wrong spelling. Yeah, he misspelled it in the last one. I couldn't figure out what he's trying to say. I mean, I did, but I was like, what? That's not the right spelling. But he says, my favorite triple changes are Blitzwing, Apeface, and Snapdragon. He says, Blitzwing is just a OP bot for my opinion, and now he is a combiner part. And Apeface, I am not going to use him in my minion squad. Why not? He's like the perfect bot for a minion squad. His drones aren't targetable. They can heal and cause damage. I use the healing thing personally because it keeps your other minions alive.
Yeah.
And then I am going to use two bots in my minion squad, Apeface and Shatterglass Jet Thundercracker, because Apeface will be in a different squads, and Shatterglass Thundercracker is a one-shot killer. I'm not entirely sure. I think I know what he meant to say, but he didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I think he's saying he's not going to put those bots on his minion squad because I get it. I just have Shatterglass Jetfire on mine because he has the drones, which fits, and it adds that one-shot killer to it.
I still say you'd be better off with 4-star RC.
Yeah.
So, anywho. Alrighty. Our next comment comes from Ninja Squirrel 30 Edit. My comment was supposed to say red alert, Space Ape timed with Grimlock. Oh, SA timed with Grimlock, SA, and G1 core. All right, so that's special ability. Oh, red alert.
So team hit time his ability with Grimlock.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, yeah, that is a good idea. Must have had too much Guinness that day. I don't blame you. I like Guinness myself. And then, see, I helped Grimlock survive longer. 5-star Grimlock pull, not first aid. Gotcha. Alrighty. Our next comment comes from our very own Sunstreaker Waza. You're right. Springer's really good. He's the one bot from Batch 3 I'd like. Lynx's ability is amazing, but he paths different than most other bots. Similar to why people don't he spelled it Link, but like Ultra Magnus. It's like we just went Legend of Zelda here. So, all right.
Our Zelda reference for the whole year. We've only had one.
Yes. Everybody break out your ocarinas. All right.
Or your Master Swords if you got them.
I don't have Master Sword. I have a Power Sword. I have 2 Power Swords.
Yeah,
and
of the Power Ranger variety, you don't have He-Man's Sword of Power, unfortunately.
No, I don't. I could have one if I really wanted, but that's money I don't want to spend. So I'll wait until I'm like ready, and then I'm like, okay, we're going He-Man now. Anywho, but I have ridden Battle Cat. All right. Sam Storm's amazing, but too expensive. I don't have Broadside, but he's interesting for sure. Snapdragon doesn't have enough health since his correction by Space Ape, and Double Dealer is absolutely awful.
There you, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I knew Waza would know for like Prime League where they stack because it's like
Yeah.
a bot that's good lower level may not be Prime League, but if a bot's really great Prime League, it's going to be good everywhere. So I knew he would have that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Wazadu. We appreciate you. All right. Our next comment comes from Bossman6774. Hey guys, would love to get some Botcast merch. Didn't mind the raid event, but I did have one complaint. Why did they only have prizes available up to 500,000 points? We just got done talking about this.
Yeah, we did, but you can play until 1 million, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, but you can play until 1 million points. Space Ape is pretty good with prize distribution during events the last few months, but they missed the mark on this one. Yes, they did, because if you could get all the way to 1 million points, why wasn't there something big at the end? You know?
Yeah.
So, lastly, love the rewards offered in Cyber Pass, but would like to see some variety. Titan, Spark, Zed, Energon, and Shanix are a few examples. Yeah, dude, you're right. I wouldn't mind seeing those things in there myself.
You know what I would have loved at 1 million points?
What's
like
that?
15,000 Shanix. Let's do it.
Yes!
That would have been awesome.
That should have been like the prize in the first place.
But that's like 300,000 Spark or Combat Spark or that would have been super helpful.
Yeah. All right. Our next comment comes from Matt Polly. I use Sandstorm in Caminus and Cyber Wars, and he holds up well and is my healer. Okay, cool, yeah. Paired with Hot Rod using my Cronus. Okay, yeah, that's a good pot. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yep.
All right. I don't really care for the others. Not everybody's cup of tea. All right. Unpopular opinion alert. I like the raid mode. Ah!
Oh.
You and Frankie aren't friends anymore, dude.
To each their own. No, we're friends. I'm just saying, just to each their own. I just personally, I'm not a raid person.
I fully expect Frankie to take the cursor over here and go, don't like.
I wouldn't do that to him. Everyone's allowed their opinion. I just personally, I'm not a raid person at all.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I just wish if they were going to make it a weekend, then they don't remove it midweek unless we can earn 15,000 Shanix. We just said that.
Yeah.
We're not the only ones.
There we go.
Yeah. We got like
think alike.
Yes, it's like we got the comments sitting here backing up every word that we say after we done said it. So, and we did not read these first. We never read the comments before we start recording an episode. So these are our genuine reactions.
Yeah, I go through and heart everybody that commented or try to remember to, but I try not to. I try to come in fresh for this. So
yeah. So we don't we'll go through and like and heart them, to let you guys know that thank you. But we don't read them until we record because we want to make sure that our reactions are genuine and. Because that's what makes the show a lot of fun for us is everything that we do and say is like our thought in the moment. So it's
that's pretty cool that everybody's thinking along the same lines as us though. That's
Yep. Unfortunately, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze with this weekend's reward.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was my complaint. 5,000 Shanix. When you get 3,000 on hard a week anyway, you're only gaining 2,000 Shanix.
I know. So yeah,
what was the point?
Yeah, it's like we expected to get like a watermelon, and we got
I expected to do the regular raid and then get like an extra 5, 6, 7,000 in the event, not no raid during the week and then only 2,000 extra Shanix.
Yeah, that's like back to his reference of the juice being worth the squeeze. It's like we expected a watermelon and we got an orange.
Yeah, he hit the nail on the head with that one. I like all his thoughts on that. I agree completely, other than that he likes raids, but
there you go. All right, our next comment comes from William Edward Hackman. I like using triple changers, and you can all 6 triple changers in one squad if you want to. Yes, you can. I've never done that. That would be interesting.
I've never tried that, but now you made me curious. Like, what would a team of all triple changers be like? My only problem is some of them I only have the 3-star, so I don't know how strong the team would be altogether.
Yeah, so you could use all 6 triple changers and whirl, and you'd have 7 bots with 2 abilities apiece.
Yeah.
That would
be one spot left.
A medic or something.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I plug a medic in there. I plug like Wheeljack or First Aid, Ratchet, or Minerva,
Right.
and
So
roll with it.
yeah,
That may work. I'm gonna try that now. Thank you for that.
yeah, go for it. Let me know what you think of it.
Yeah, I will. I'll try it out at some point and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, when I come up with the minion squad, it works pretty well. So maybe this will too.
Yeah,
So
I
thank you,
love
William.
just trying crazy things. So it's like I'll definitely try it now.
Yeah. Our next comment comes from Lord Avix. Rarely ever see a triple changer in Cyber League. Okay, so he wars in Cyber League. He doesn't really see him that much. Gotcha. Alrighty. Our next comment comes from John J. Pollock.
I will find him!
You got my vote for merch as long as it is not too much. You guys keep it simple. Maybe a hat, shirt, or stickers, etc. Don't need cooler koozies, oven mitts, or thong underwear.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that last one. We were just thinking like a hat or a T-shirt or something at most.
I don't know. I mean, we could get the botcast across the hip piece of the thong there. I think it would fit.
No,
No,
I think that's too much and way too off topic.
We have female members of our community who I'm sure would appreciate that we thought of them, and there's probably a few guys out there that wouldn't mind trying them on too. I am not among them, but I will make the merch for them if they so desire.
Yeah, I'm not even going there. That's
my distributor where I get my clothes and stuff from, like custom stuff. If I go in there and ask for that, they're gonna look at me like, I think you need to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's probably the look they, because it's all ladies that run it, so they'd immediately be like looking at me like, what?
Yeah.
So, all right. I use Skylinks Double Dealer the most when it comes to triple changers. Yeah, so Skylinks is like almost everybody's number one.
Yeah, he's very popular until you get to Prime League players.
Yeah.
All the way up until then, he seems to be fairly popular. So.
Yeah, and it's all because of how he paths,
Yeah.
So, all right, our next comment comes from Lord Abix once again. Finished the raid event in under 5 hours. So boring. Well, like I said, at least they didn't draw it out the whole weekend.
Yeah, at least it was fast.
Yeah. And then our last comment, once again from Lord Avix. Razorclaw has 2 G1 cores. Does Grimlock have 2 as well? And
he has a G1 and then a character specific.
Yes, and I actually replied to that one.
And a G1.
Yep, he has a character specific and a G1. The character specific increases his movement speed and his ability damage. His G1 increases his ability damage and gives him a shield for X amount of seconds.
Yep.
So, and of course gives him that G1 skin look, like changes his skin a little bit. So
yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you so much for commenting. Please keep them coming, and everybody else chime in about merch. Are you guys interested in getting Botcast T-shirts and hats and things of that nature? Frankie and I are discussing it. We haven't come to any conclusions yet. We're just trying to see if it would be, worth it, just monetary-wise. So if you guys are interested, if you want some merch, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to accommodate you on that front. But in the meantime, everybody, this has been the mailbag segment.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for the comments. Keep them coming. We love hearing from you. And we love it when you back up what we say, too. That's amazing. That was great to have several people agree with us after the fact. So.
Oh, yeah. That's like, we are all for everybody having their own beliefs and their own opinions, and it's like just their way of playing the game. More times than not, people are going to disagree with us, which is absolutely fine because we want to get, counterpoints of view. But when
the debate's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can change our mind. Sometimes you can give us a perspective where we're like, you know what? They got a point there.
Yeah.
So
I did not think about that.
Yeah. So we love hearing from you, whether you agree with us or not. And thank you all so much for commenting. And DJ, I think it's time for the main topic this week. So this is, of course, about 2 stars and their relevance in the game. And DJ, the way I look at it is they've been slowly putting the 2 stars on a path of irrelevancy for a while now. And the reason I say that is because not only is it where the 2 stars, it seems like they don't put any effort much into them anymore because in the last event, Twin Twist, you got the 3 star before you got the shards for the 2 star. So any alliance that could have actually made use out of the 2-star had no shot at getting it
Yeah, you're
at
right.
all.
Yeah.
Even Engineer Hoist, I watched his stream. He didn't get any version of Twin Twist. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a little much. And ever since they switched to the character shards and they didn't give you like a straight up 2-star crystal that bot, it's just you got character shards and it was up to you whether or not you wanted to use them on the 2-star or not. So you don't even get like straight up get the 2-star bot anymore. It's kind of an afterthought and has been for a while. And I just feel like we're at the point in the game where I feel like before too long, 2-stars are going to go the way of the 1-stars.
Maybe, because, yeah, you're right. They're not. So they did do away with 2-star crystals a long time ago, which I was opposed to because
they got rid of 2-star because they're just like it's like they're weaning us off of being used to getting 2-stars.
Yeah, but I don't know because new players to the game are still going to need these 2-star bots. They're going to need them. The only way they get these bots is through free crystals now. Or if they... And there's no point in them, collecting the bot shards to get them from the bot-specific store because if they've got enough shards to get the 2-star bot, it's because they already got the 2-star bot from a free crystal, and these shards came from a couple of dupes.
Yes. Well, in the new events, though, with the brand new bots, though, the only way to get them is with the character shards you get up in the event, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
With any new bot, you don't get, like, straight up the 2-star crystal, the guaranteed 2-star crystal of that bot. You just get shards.
Yeah.
And they kind of do it with 3-stars sometimes, too, but I don't know. To me, it's like 2-stars have become more of an afterthought in the events, like not even anywhere in there.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, the bots have been getting more and more. I mean, we've got so many 5-star bots in the game now that there are players who won't touch a 4-star bot with a 10-foot pole, unless it's a really amazing bot and there isn't a 5-star version of it.
Yeah.
So we've got to the point now where once you get to, there's a lot of players who are in levels below ours who will scream to the heavens that 3-star bots are useless.
Yeah.
So, and they're like still in like zone 12. And they're like, nope, 3-star bots are useless. I don't use 3-star bots for anything. And I'm like, I'm in zone 14 and I still use 3-star bots.
Yeah.
But there's
not
a lot of
just
players who
that,
think
but
that. So if we've got players in zone 12 and below saying that 3-star bots are useless and that they won't run 3-star bots, then what is the point of the 2-stars? Now, brand new players to the game, they need these 2-star bots because they need them to be able to take out those introductory zones to get their feet wet, learn how to play the game, get the hang of strategy and pathing and all that other stuff. So, I mean, 2-star bots are basically training bots at this point. And you get a 2-star version for every single... The only bot in the game that has no 2-star version at all is Grimlock.
Yep.
He's the only one. And I don't know why, because he's not a very... I mean, he's not a big deal bot. Like Cycnius Magnus, because when Cycnius Magnus first came out, they weren't going to give him a 2-star. They were like, nope, 3-star or better. We're not giving him a 2-star. And then everybody was like, what? We want it! So they had to do it. But no one's asked for a 2-star Grimlock, and they've never done it.
Yeah. So, another thing is the you said new players kind of need the 2-stars, but even now you can start the game, drop $20 on the new joiner bundle. You've got a 4-star Optimus, a complete set of 3-stars to make a combiner, plus all them crystals that are probably going to give you 3-stars. Like, I got so many 3-star dupes with those. Like, if I'd have started the game, bought that immediately, I wouldn't have needed 2-stars.
You're right. I mean, as soon as they start the game and they get access to that new joiner bundle, which I think you have to be HQ8 to use that, though, don't you? Won't it not pop up?
I honestly don't know, but I'm saying very early on.
Yeah.
Like, you could almost treat the 2-stars like you did the 1-stars when I started the game, where they give you a set of them. You level them up, and then once you get better bots, you move on and forget about them.
Yeah, because at that point, you have a ready-made squad right there. Once you get that new joiner bundle. And early on in the game, you only have, I think it's 4 squad slots.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You ain't going to have that many squad slots at the beginning. So you're going to have plenty of 3-stars. Yeah, you're going to have plenty of 3-stars to just say, I don't even need to use these 2 stars unless I just want to.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like they're slowly coming up with ways to wean us away from 2 stars, earlier players. I mean, obviously where we're at, a 2 star is only useful if you just want to squeeze every last drop of Z Energon out of elimination mode. That's the only time to use them.
Which I've been doing lately, but that's just because some of the Cyber Pass challenges are, beat X amount of elimination mode battles.
Yeah.
In
or
normal
do hard
or hard
ones. Yeah, throw like a power level or in with a 2 star bot to keep the recommended zone low.
Yep,
do a hard one, call it a day.
Yeah, so I've been doing all that. I mean, I do that. But elimination mode is the only place where my 2 star bots see action. They're not in raids, they're not in wars, they're not in event grinding, they're not even in PvP unless it's challenge related.
Yeah, they're too weak. Like some of the 3 stars you can use at higher levels if you have it in the right strategy.
Yeah.
But 2 stars are entirely like you very quickly get to a point where you're like, I need 3 stars or better.
Zone 11 or Zone 12 is as high as I ever took a maxed out 2 star bot. And those bots were Rodimus Prime, Elita 1, Skylynx, and Jetfire. Those were the only ones that I were still using up to that point. And then once I got there 3 and 4 stars, I was like, nope, don't need them anymore.
Yeah, and they only top out at level 40, so they top out very low as well.
Whereas
3 stars
your 3
are
stars
60.
level 60,
yeah,
5 stars are now level 65. And I bet you at some point during the HQ 18 update, maybe halfway through the year, close to the end of the year, they'll probably get bumped up to maybe level 70 or maybe even level 80,
Yeah.
Because I've always been of the opinion that if 1-star bots end at 20, 2-star bots end at 40, 3-star bots end at 60, then
80.
4-star bots need to end at 80, 5-star bots need to finish at 100. Would that be ridiculous?
That may be the end game. We may get there at one point because they said they were gonna, they talked about making it where they go to 67 or something like that though. So I think eventually the end game, if the game lasts long enough, that probably will be how it will be.
Yeah, that's how I would do it. 4-star bots never get higher than level 80, and then you get your 5-star bots up to level 100. And everybody is like, if they introduce 6-star bots, I'm just gonna quit playing the game. So I'm sure they'll never, ever, ever do that.
Yeah.
But that to me is...
They may not even fully phase 2 stars out either. Like I thought about this, they could leave the ones that are in the game.
Yeah.
But no new ones. Like everybody going forward, 3-star and up.
They started experimenting with that. Like when they introduced Sentius Magnus, he was only going to be, 3-star or better. Grimlock, he's only 3-star or better.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking
Windblade,
that
she didn't used to have a 2-star version. She used to only be a 3-star.
And I think people getting mad then made them rethink the strategy of how to roll that out. So I think that's why they're slowly weaning us off of even thinking about 2 stars. You know?
Because back then 2-star bots were still very, very relevant. I used them, you used them, everybody used them. They had to. But now we have so much stuff in the game that makes it easier to get these 3 and 4-star bots from the get-go. That you're right. That may be like we're just gonna do this anymore.
And then eventually they'll just be like no 2 stars of bots, kind of just slowly and quietly. And I mean, there's plenty of 2 stars in the game for earlier players to have until they get to where they could get that new joiner. But it would also be another incentive to get the new joiner because it's like, oh wow, I don't have to rely on 2 stars at all now. I can fill my squad with 3 stars and the 4-star Optimus I get from this.
Yeah.
It would. I don't know. I just feel like 2 stars they're just becoming an afterthought, and that's why I think they're going to get phased out at some point.
And I can actually understand why they would want to do that, because from a player aspect, we don't really care. We have them, maybe elimination mode, they'll just sit there in their inventory, no big deal. But from their side, they take up more room in the game. They take up space. They take up RAM or memory or whatever it is that the game relies on. Bandwidth or whatever the case might be. I'm not really sure how it works. I'm not a coder. I'm not a IT guy.
It would probably mostly be memory because the more bots, the more memory on the devices, which would make older phones struggle with the game.
Right, and if they're wanting to introduce more and more features to the game, it would behoove them to have less bots in the game taking up memory so that older phones can utilize it, and it makes programming a little bit easier for them because they've only got to do, you know, 2 or 3 sets of this bot rather than 4 of them. So yeah, I can see where it would make sense to not have to worry about 2-star bots anymore. You know, and the 3-star bot is not difficult to get 9 times out of 10. You know.
No, I mean like that last event with Twin Twist, the 250,000. That was a lot for some lower alliances. Like I said,
Yeah.
even Engineer Hoist wasn't able to get to the 3-star his alliance, which I know his is a bit of a lower alliance.
Yeah,
but,
and that's because non-toxic gamers, they're not like the hardcore grinders that like, you know, One Prime and and Waz's alliance. You know, they're not like the really hardcore grinders like some of those are. Non-toxic gamers are just a bunch of really cool laid back dudes. You know, go into the game. You know, some of them might grind it out real hard, some of them might not, but no one's mad if you don't. You know, they're in it for the reason that you're supposed to be in it, and that's to have fun. So sometimes they will get up to those points and get those, but sometimes they won't, and they're not mad about it one way or the other. So that's why it's not that Hoist is not like that high up in level. It's just
because I've seen his base. He's got a 4-star combiner. No, I'm just saying his alliance. So the one he's in didn't get there. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of them because I know. This is the only alliance. The one we're currently in is the only one I've been in that could score over 300,000. Most of the ones I was at, 300,000 would be everybody giving, you know, their best effort.
Yeah.
And me scoring like 20-some thousand trying to help.
Yeah, like the alliance that we were in prior to joining the Cybercore family. I mean, they would never have gotten that far. I can't remember us even getting into 100,000 territory, you know? And
with the shards for the 2-star at 500,000, that cut out a lot of people from even getting the 2-star.
Yeah, which that made 0 sense unless they were deliberately trying to keep people from getting that 2-star bot so it would take up less memory in the game. That's the only thing I can think of.
But the bot's already in the game, though. They had to put it in. I mean, for it to be available, it has to be in the code.
I mean, maybe it has something to do with however many players have certain things. I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea.
I just think they're trying to wean people off of 2-stars is my theory. I mean, I have nothing to back it.
About it, but
yeah, I just think they're just making them more of an afterthought.
Yeah.
All right, so we just think that 2-star bots, or at least I think they're becoming completely almost irrelevant, except for to the earliest players.
Yeah.
I think it's almost time to phase them out. I wouldn't be mad if they did. DJ, I think you feel like they're probably a little bit more relevant than I feel like they are.
Yeah, because I mean, even though you can get the new joiner bundle and you can get quite a few bots off of that, it's still or that early in the game. You know, the earliest in the game, your squad slots are limited to 4, and then by the time you get to HQ 8, you might have 5 squads. You know. Squad slots. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've been there.
Yeah, you slowly get squads and slots.
Yeah,
so it's a grind.
Right, but I think to completely fill out your squad and your squad slots, you still are going to need a handful of those 2-stars in order to, to have a full set of bots teams that you can use to grind out events and things of that nature. You know, and the more you have, the better. That way, it's easier for you to grind these things out in events and PvP, raids, whatever else is going on.
Yeah, like I said, I think if they did it, they would leave the 2-stars that are in the game in there. They just would stop making new 2-stars of the new bots.
Yeah.
So you just be pulling from what's already there with like your free crystal.
Yeah. Now, if they were to do that though and phase out the 2-stars altogether, they would have to start making 3-stars much more attainable for lower alliances and lower level players. They couldn't be at 250,000 anymore. They'd have to be, 100K minus in order for these players to get them at their alliance totalizers, without having to
honestly, they should be that low anyway at this point because, I mean, I've always been saying this for a while now. The tiers where you get the bots, you don't get a bot until you're at you're an alliance that can score enough to get a bot. You're already past where that bot's useful to you.
Right.
That's a problem that's prevalent now. It's like even the 4-star. Look at Twin Twist. I know I keep going back to that, but it's the most recent event with a new bot. The only like a handful of alliances that got the 4-star didn't go to the 5.
Yeah.
Because they wanted the 5 because the 4 they probably wouldn't have used because they're so far in the game. And it just seems like it's always like that. If you're strong enough to get the 3-star, you're probably at the point you're only using 4s.
Yeah.
And I get it. You want people to get the bundles that come out later, pay for those to try to get the one they want.
Right.
I think it should be a little more attainable. Each tier needs to be lowered just a smidge, in my opinion.
I only do bot bundles now when it's a combiner piece that I don't have. And the newest combiner to come out, I've got all the 4 stars. So
I usually don't do bot bundles unless it's like my wife gets me like a Google Play card, like, here, get you something on your game, which she does every so often. And I'll be like, okay, cool, I'll get me a bundle, try to get this bot. But I usually don't sit there and go, man, I want to buy this bundle to get that,
The last
I'm just
time,
like, I'll be patient.
The last time I did bot bundles was when Magnaboss came out. I got a bot bundle because I was trying to get Beast Wars Prowl, and for Computron, I was hunting his bots too. And then I got my Beast Wars Prowl from a bundle, and then I got Beast Wars Ironhide from the event that you were guaranteed one of those bots.
Yeah.
But I could have got one of two dupes from it if it worked, but it worked out that I got Ironhide, and I was like, yeah. So I got Magnaboss, but that's the only time I ever did that. After I got to a certain point, is I would just be hunting 4-star combiner pieces. But now we're at a point where I don't even need to do that.
The only bundle I ever got that paid off was when I got it was a Dinobot bundle. It was only the $5 one, so you got like no amount of crystals.
Yeah.
They were like character bones for the Dinobots, and I pulled 4-star swoop off $5. I was like, that's amazing.
I got 4-star swoop off of the I think it was the 3 or 4 year anniversary event. You got a guaranteed 4-star bot crystal. So I was like, I need something for a combiner, and I got him, and that was completed Volcanicus for me. Like the 4-star, I was like, yeah. And I still haven't leveled him up beyond 11 because I've just started leveling bots.
Yeah.
So, but anywho, so yeah, 4-star. So yeah, all right. So yeah, 2-star bots. What do you guys think? Should they be phased out? Should they not be phased out? Should we continue to get more 2-stars, or should we just be happy with the ones we have and get nothing but 3 stars and above moving forward? Let us know in the comments below, which we will read in the mailbag of the next episode, the Botcast, episode 35.
Yep. I did. Last note from me: if they do keep releasing new 2-stars, at least make them where the early players can get them because they need them.
Yeah, like 50K or less, in the events.
I mean, they're 2-stars.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they stay, at least make them a little bit more attainable than what you did with Twin Twist.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was ridiculous.
It was, in fact.
Yeah, so, all right. But, yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Hope everybody gives us their opinions on 2-stars. I mean, I just got to thinking about it one day, and I'm like, I was like, DJ, we should talk about this because we were struggling for a topic, and I'm like, well, are 2-stars relevant? Because I feel like they're becoming very quickly not relevant to the game anymore.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, make sure you check out my videos this weekend and my Crystal Cracking on Monday, and hopefully DJ will get his Crystal Cracking in. He may do like 2 Crystal Crackens at once at this point.
I'll be honest with you. At this point, I'm feeling like I should just condense the Botcast a little bit and just put it on my channel every week as a recap, kind of like they used to do Monday Night Raw back in the day.
Just do the highlights. Yeah, the highlights of the Botcast and then a Crystal Cracking.
Yeah, pretty much. Just and then Crystal Cracking, I don't even go all the way through it like I normally do. Just fast forward through it with music behind it and just put an epilepsy disclaimer there. It's like seizure warning.
Yeah, those fast forward Crystal Crackens, those are fast sometimes.
And yet you can follow them.
I can, but they're fast. So. All right, well, if everybody enjoyed it, we will see y'all next week. Same bot time, same bot channel. Frankster out.